In the quaint town of Eldridge, there existed a street unlike any other, known to the locals as Whispering Shadows Lane. This narrow path, shrouded in perpetual twilight, was lined with ancient, gnarled trees whose branches intertwined above, creating a dark canopy that daylight scarcely penetrated. Legends told of unsettling whispers that danced with the wind, voices of those who once walked the lane and never returned. The story begins with a curious teenager named Alex, who, fueled by a blend of skepticism and thrill-seeking, decided to explore Whispering Shadows Lane one fateful evening. Armed with nothing but a flashlight and a camera, Alex ventured into the lane, dismissing the old tales as mere superstition. As night fell, the lane's already limited visibility dwindled to near nothingness, with the flashlight's beam seeming to be swallowed by the oppressive darkness. The air grew unnaturally cold, and a dense fog slithered along the ground, further obscuring the path. It was then that the whispers started, a soft, indecipherable murmur at first, growing in intensity until words began to form from the shadows themselves. Leave. Not welcome. Turn back. Thinking it a prank, Alex pressed on, determined to reach the end of the lane and dispel the myths for good. However, the further Alex went, the more disoriented they became. The trees seemed to shift, obscuring the path back, and the whispers grew louder, more insistent, now accompanied by fleeting shadows that darted just beyond the light's reach. It was at the lane's darkest point that Alex stumbled upon an old house, its architecture twisted by time, windows like dark, unblinking eyes. Compelled by an unseen force, Alex entered, the door creaking shut behind them, plunging them into darkness. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of decay. The whispers were now clear, echoing through the decrepit halls, telling tales of sorrow, anger, and vengeance. Alex realized too late that Whispering Shadows Lane was a place of unrest, a street of lost souls bound to the physical world by their unfulfilled desires and untimely deaths. Panic set in as Alex attempted to flee, but the house seemed to warp and change around them, doors leading only to more twisted corridors. The shadows grew hands, then faces, emerging from the walls, floors, and ceilings, their whispers now deafening screams. Alex's last moments were filled with terror as the shadows converged, the realization dawning that they would never leave Whispering Shadows Lane. The camera, dropped in the final struggle, was found outside the house the next morning, its last image a blur of darkness and twisted faces. Whispering Shadows. Lane remains untouched, a chilling testament to the curious and the brave who dare to uncover its secrets. The whispers continue, a warning to all who approach, speaking of the lane's newest resident, forever bound to the shadows.